Welcome back. It's day 2 of PAX Prime 2013. I'm DJ Wheat, and I'm joined here by Pew Liu from S2 Games. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Marcus.
Excited because you're going to show us something new you guys have been working on for a while, I assume. And well, I'm going to let you introduce it. But, before we do, I just want to talk a little bit about S2 Games.
Yeah.
Many people probably already know S2 Games from Han. I became a big fan of S2 Games back in the original Savage. It was still to this day one of my favorite FPS hybrid games. And you guys are continuing development, but you've got something new, something special, and a lot of people seem to be very excited about it. So you're here to tell us a little bit about Strife.
Yep, Strife is our new title. We've been working on it for a little bit over 2 years now, actually. And this is our take of what a MOBA should be. And when we set out to make Heroes of Newerth, and it's a game that we absolutely adore, our CEO plays it, I play it a lot at home, and it's a wildly successsul game. But while making it, we had very, very strict goals. Our goals were to deliver a game for the Dota audience, for the people playing Warcraft 3 Dota who wanted a standalone game. Myself, I was included as part of that target audience, and that was our goal. Throughout it, we realized that there were things we could do differently, that we would do differently if given the opportunity to. And that was kind of the inspiration toward making Strife what we call a second-generation MOBA. Because now that we've had the experience of developing and operating Heroes of Newerth for years, we can get past the surface. MOBA is past the stage where it's like, okay, does this formula work? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be successful? I think everyone will agree with League of Legends, Dota 2, Heroes of Newerth, all these other games coming out within the space, it's a good formula. Now, we want to scratch past the surface, and with our unique experience, we want to tackle some of the issues that have cropped up as the MOBA market has matured. Things like toxic communities, things like the high barrier to entry, and things like the fact that when you fight with the other players in the game, it's within your own team. Intra-team conflict is really, really awful, because these are guys who are supposed to be with you on the same team, working together, and you're just yelling at each other. It kind of sucks.
We've seen it happen many times. I'm sure it's happened to anyone and everyone out there. Now, you talked about a second-generation MOBA, and I'm definitely going to ask about what you feel like you've added to the game to make it that. But, in addition to building Han, supporting Han, not only with the actual game itself, but with, the Han Tour, do you guys look towards, you mentioned League of Legends, Dota, some of the other MOBAs that are coming out. Do you gather inspiration from them? Not only, maybe to say, we like what they did there, but we want to build upon that and innovate and bring a second generation.
For us, we're students of the genre. I come from a competitive Dota background. We have a lot of competitive gamers in our company. We love to play Dota. We love to play League of Legends. We are gamers within the genre, and of course we'll take inspirations, we'll take learnings. And from Heroes of Newerth as well. We learn from our mistakes and our successes in Han, and then we learn from what we deem, from our outside limited perspectives as to the successes and failures of other games. And throughout all that, I feel like Strife is a representation of what we have at the core as the next step in the MOBA evolution.
And just out of curiosity, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game, as far as the innovation goes, do you feel like MOBA is still an area that is open to a lot of new ideas and innovation? I know we're going to talk about some cool ideas that I really like that I saw yesterday in the game, but do you feel like this is still such a young genre, I guess?
Absolutely, and we compare it internally a lot to the old FPS genre or the RTS genre, and how as those genres grew with popularity and people could see just the big market share, the big pie, and people wanted a piece of it, innovation took the form of one-upping each other. Let's just add another race. Let's add 10 more units per race. Let's just add more things and more and more and more. And for us, innovation doesn't mean more necessarily. There are things we've added to Strife that build on the formula, but what we feel is no one knows exactly what makes the formula so successful. When you look at a League of Legends, and you look like a Dota 2, you look at a Heroes of Newerth, there are a lot of things going on. There are so many variables that boggles the mind, and we can guess, and people are attempting to guess at what's making these games successful. But what I'm going to go on the record and say is not everything that is in these games actually contributes positively. They actually detract from what could be an even better game if we took some of those elements out.
So let's talk about it. Let's just say as many of our audiences, we are, MOBA gamers. We've played them all, right? Everything that's been out there. So what do you, how do you sell them this game? How maybe they've only heard of the title, but they've never seen it. What would you tell these folks who are very familiar with MOBA, and, what are they going to get different out of Strife?
What I would sell them on is that we're in the same boat with you. we've gone through this MOBA process. We played this game since it was Dota back 7, 8 years ago. And we've been through the roller coaster ride of what a MOBA is and the roller coaster ride of what the MOBA experience is. You go through 5 or 6 awful games just to have that one game where you feel like a badass and you're just going around, everything's going your way, things are clicking, your teammates are in sync. We want to bring that experience, that high-level experience, while bringing up the low-level one. So the 5 or 6 games in between aren't as painful.
Okay.
And we're doing things like making it so there's no rigid role, so there's not a sacrificial lamb support on your team. There's no purchasable wards so that you don't sink all your income, what little you get, into the wards for your team. We're doing things like splitting more of the resources between the team members so that you're not fighting with each other. I'm the carry, no, I'm the carry, who's getting the last hits? There's not as much of that conflict so that you can go more at a streamlined experience. You're working with your team members, and we're bringing up that low, making it more accessible, not more casual, because we still want to hit those hardcore highs.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, so we are going to watch in just a moment pretty much like a full, sort of like a highlight of a broadcasted match by some Honcasters that you're probably going to be very familiar with. And but before we do, there's a couple other things. You know, I did get to spend a little bit of time just checking the game out. One of the mechanics I really like, I'd love for you to talk about because I think it's cool, is I'll just call it like the Baron mechanic, or, you know, if you will, where there is the strong mob on the map. I believe she's some sort of a warden who has this jailed monster, and when you kill her, you unjail the monster, and then you get to use this monster as a pushing mechanic. Tell us a little bit about this, because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I like this idea. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so the giant pushing monster is called Kratos, and he's this great white ape, and he's called a sentinel. So in our game, our lore is very much embedded into the game, and you can see vestiges of that on the map. There are 6 keepers. One of them has disappeared, and each of the keepers was given a sentinel, this massively powerful sentient creature by the oracles, kind of like the god figures of the realm. And Kratos is one of those. But his owner, if you will, Phobos, has been missing. And there's a whole kind of lore mystery and shroud of no one knows what's going on surrounding that. But he's being held by this warden. And as the keepers have put together this arena for the Trials of Strife, you can defeat Sindara, and if you prove your worth, you can unleash Kratos. So you see Kratos break out of his chains, jump into the air Superman style, and your team can spawn him in a lane. And we view this as a better mechanic for this big boss and gaming indie mechanic because it's direct. It forces a point of contention, a form of conflict, where the two teams have this anticipation building up. Someone's got Kratos. He's about to come. And anticipation, you know, makes game fun, right?
Sure.
So now he's forcing teams to engage on each other. He's pushing towers, locking towers down, doing damage. Fights are happening all around him, and he's like the centerpiece of chaos and glory, right? And rather than taking a token of life in Han and waiting out 7 minutes to safe farm, or taking the Baron buff and maybe playing a little more passively, or it's less open-ended and more direct, let's get down to the action. Right.
Now, I got one other question. If, like, let's say as a team, we're keeping up with our opponent, but we've obviously lost the top lane. Do you use this as a mechanic to just try to, like, gain advantage in a lane as well?
It is the kind of mechanic that for the losing team, they can use it to really turn it around, and if they get that awesome Sindara and they sneak it by the opponents and they're maybe able to gank someone, they can turn it around. Or it's useful for the pushing team as well, for the winning team, to help end the game more quickly.
Sure. All right, so we're going to show this footage in a second. Hopefully you'll get a chance to see that. Is there anything else you'd like to tell? For example, you know, I know a lot of people immediately are going to be like, when do I get to play it? Is there going to be a beta? Where should I go to check out more information about it? Can you give us some of that information?
Yeah. All you have to do is go to strife.com. Very simple. You can sign up for the newsletter. We're giving out a lot of beta keys here at PAX. We will be entering beta into fall of this year. And if you have some friends here, tell them to grab you a couple beta keys. They're actually really cool. They're printed on the back of a comic book that we're doing with Kevin Eastman, the creator of the Ninja Turtles.
Right.
And the pencil previews here. So he'll be here tomorrow signing them. But get some beta keys from your buddies here.
Awesome. All right, guys, you ready to check this out? Now, as far as I know, recently we've seen the screenshots released, but this might very well be the first
This is the first
footage,
actual game streamed.
Yeah.
We released some clips here and there through the press and through the media, but PAX is our first public hands-on of the game, of the tutorial and full bot games, and this is going to be our first time ever showing like a full game in all its glory with all the highlights.
All right, well, without further ado, let's check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Strife. The beta will be available later on this year, sometime in the fall, but a new MOBA coming out from S2 Games. Pew, thank you very much,
Thank you,
let's
Marcus.
check that footage out. We'll be back.
Their ace is coming in for a gank though. No, it looks like Vex actually just left. He's ganking the middle lane with his ultimate. So this is trouble now for Malady. It's a 3 versus 1. Ace is diving, wants this kill damage. Spins come out, dive in the tower, not going to happen though. Great response coming up from Malady, especially using the grass.
Yeah, great job from Malady escaping there. The Valor team notices that their top lane's falling behind, trying to gank for them. And now you see Malady in the grass there, and you see those little crosses popping up.
Yeah.
Those represent out-of-combat regeneration. In Strife, if you stay out of combat for a duration of time, you automatically enter into out-of-combat. This massively increases your regeneration to both mana and health.
We see Ace right here. He wants blood still, though. Damn it. He might get it right here. Malady's going to end up falling. Great jump coming out right there. The grass is definitely causing some issues, but Vex also going to be taken out. Double tap coming out right there in favor of Team Valor. Once again at the top lane, Malady actually, she needs to be careful despite being next to her tower. Caprice is diving, but at what cost right here? Oh, the wall's going to miss, though. The ultimate coming out for Malady. Nice stuff for Caprice. She knows she's in trouble now. Gonna use the spring boots over the ledge right there. Going to be fine for now, or will she? Bo is here, however. Malady also in trouble. Down goes Caprice, and now Malady for Team Valor's on the run. She looks like she's going to have enough distance, but Ace is going man mode, it looks like, for Team Valor. He actually leaps in. He is now going to be collapsed on. Malady trying to assist. Ultimate goes off right there to finish off. It looks like Malady on Team Glory, and she is going to be counted on. However, she will be killed as well. Ace running away to the tower. Going to survive in the end, but looks like Team Glory coming out on top there.
Yeah, not only do they win that team fight, they now have control of the top area of the map. This might enable them to do Baldir.
Yeah, what's important about Baldir?
Baldir, it gives your entire team a pretty significant gold and experience boost when you kill him. So whenever you have the advantage in the map, it's definitely a great idea to try to kill him.
And what about the statues shooting those shiny lasers?
Those are the sentinels of the keepers, a little bit of a lore element injected into the map itself.
So you see right there the Baldir kill, and obviously Team Glory pretty happy with that exchange overall. 2 for 1, as well as the Baldir being killed. Good advantage in their favor. Vermilion here on Team Valor trying to defend the tower, but they're going to dive, and it looks like it's Team Glory, but at what cost right here? Vex going to be locked down. Ace jumps in, and Vex is going to fall, so not the smartest of choice coming out. Wall going to be used by Malady. Not going to be enough, though. She's juking in the grass. The chase. Stinky Cheese comes out from Vermilion, and Ace will finish off Malady. Now Vermilion on Team Glory in trouble. He's being collapsed, and he's seen the minimap doing a great job as Team Valor collapsing. They take out Vermilion. Bo trying to run away. Nice wall off right there. The ultimate from Moxie come out. Will Bo fall? Oh my god, he's going to live, actually. The pet saves him, so it only ends up being 3 kills. But that's a big only. 3 hero kills happening in favor of Team Valor. Almost a 4th one, but this opens up a lot of options now, including Syndara, and it looks like that's going to be the weapon of choice here for Team Valor. Observation post, of course, being used first, and into Syndara they go.
Yeah, observation posts are massive in Strife because there's no purchasable vision. Activating those observation posts gives you a radial vision around it, and that'll alert the Valor team if the Glory team does come to contest this, which it looks like they are.
You also see the GPMs right there, definitely in favor of Team Valor currently, and understandably so, but is this actually going to happen? Rook coming in, he's going to take a Caprice stun, though. Down goes Syndara in favor of Team Valor. We see Malady getting caught up behind, though. It looks like she is going to be dropped, but I think it's safe to say worth the sacrifice. Krytos goes away, or is unleashed, I should say. Team Glory just not able to get there in time in the end. It looks like Krytos going to spawn right there for Team Valor. They're going to start pushing with it.
Yeah, Syndara is a massive map objective. Killing her unleashes Krytos, which enables your team to spawn him and use him as a siege mechanism. So what he does is he'll jump on the first tower he encounters, start doing the damage to it, and disarming it. So that allows your team to either kill the tower or engage on the enemy heroes.
So here we go. Krytos going to jump onto the tower. Ace going to jump from right there. Malady's going to be picked up right away. Moxie even using the ultimate to assist. Stinky Cheese coming out. Everything being used, but this tower dropping quickly. Again, with Krytos on it, so much damage. Team Glory, I don't think they're going to be able to hold it in the end. There we go. Krytos about still close to half of his life remaining. Looking for Vermilion here, though, for Team Glory. He's trying to be as annoying as possible. Using that uphill advantage. Of course, when he's uphill, you cannot see him unless you go up there with him. So he's trying to poke in right here and kind of keep Team Valor occupied in the meantime. You see they're going to initiate right there, but it goes uphill, and again, it becomes difficult. Krytos going to fall right there, so some good damage done to the generator, but in the end, Krytos goes down, and Team Valor will have to fall back. They lose 2 heroes, like Caprice and Malady, and again, the generator, though, it did take some good damage. Team Valor, they still want to finish off that generator, though. Shields are back up, but they want to push back in. You also look at Ace up here. He's using that high ground to kind of box out Vermilion this time. Obviously, what happened last time, Vermilion was annoying. You see right here, Vermilion's coming over, but Ace is like, I'm here as well now. Not going to be as easy. They are looking for their initiation chance, though. Going to fall back right here. Vermilion thinking about chasing as well as initiation down here. Bo jumps in, but the counter jump on Vermilion. Holy crap. Ace jumps on Vermilion, and Ace melts Vermilion. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, you can see the flaming sword right there as this fight concludes. That signifies that Ace has chosen to go primarily offensive items. He's a little bit of a glass cannon for all those muscles.
Yeah, so don't let those muscles fool you in this case, but at the same time, he is dishing out a lot of damage again, as we saw right there. So the shield actually regenning on the generator in the meantime.
Yeah, it gives you a nice amount of buffer. Definitely lets you prevent backdoor a little bit. But what is this Vex doing?
Oh, Vex not making the smartest decision there. He actually gets picked off. You do not want to be losing heroes in this case. Rook can use invulnerability survives for now. But what are you doing? He wants to kill an Ace. You'll get it, but at what cost? He falls shortly after. It ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange right there. And now here we go, Team Valor again. They want to finish off this generator. They know how important it is. You see Vermilion right here on Team Glory doing what he can, poking in that damage. He's doing a good amount of it himself. But is it going to be enough to save the generator? I don't think so. It's dropping. Down goes the generator. Vermilion poking in. He picks off the opposing Vermilion right there. And now falling back before more damage is done. But the generator is dead. That's the big deal.
Yeah, generator not only does it weaken the Crux, but it gives your entire team a massive gold bounty.
You got Team Valor right here, going to push once again, this time on the bottom lane, of course. Middle lane already taken care of, so going bottom. They have another Krytos spawn as a result of killing Zendara a second time. You also see right there, Flaming Swords now also on Vermilion, so a lot of damage coming out between him and Ace especially. And you also take a look at the GPMs. It is definitely in favor of Team Valor by quite a bit. Initiation onto the tower, down it falls. Vex looking to initiate though for Team Glory, but he hits absolutely nothing. Not what you need right now. He's going to end up falling, and it is now going to be a 5 versus 4 in favor of Team Valor. Wall going to be used right there, delaying as much as possible, but this is a very, very difficult spot for Team Glory to be in. They're trying to at least kill Krytos. The engagement onto the generator right there. Ace in the background, jumping on Vermilion, trying to box him out. He's also fairly tanky somewhat. They're still trying to chase him down. Bo going to charge with Moxie right there, trying to not only get a kill, but stay alive himself. Malady jumps in. Ace dropping low. Ace dropping really low. Ace is going to end up living, it looks like. Generator does fall, by the way, as it looks like Krytos is dead, but again, generator goes down. So one battle right there for Team Valor once again. Moxie and Vermilion, they are chasing. They still want more. Malady's going to fall back. Look at this Vermilion over here for Team Glory. He is now running away. Ace wants to change him, activates the shields right there. Oh, Vermilion, though, on Team Valor, cuts him off, and Glory Vermilion will fall right there in favor of Valor. So Valor continuing to look strong. 3 heroes currently dead in their favor. They did lose 2, though, as actually Moxie gets picked off right there. And Malady and Vex, they want to chase. Ace and Vermilion need to be careful themselves. Look at Vermilion, though. He gets thrown in the air. Look at how much auto attack damage he has, though. He takes out Malady. And holy crap, Ace is going to finish off Vex right there just before he falls. Big plays. Glory right here, looking to try to find an opportunity to fight back. Vermilion's going to find that opportunity, jumps Moxie. Moxie's going to fall. Caprice also goes down, so a big start for Team Glory. However, in the background, Malady gets picked off by Ace, makes a big play. Stinky Cheese going to be used. They want to now chase Ace, though. He's not in the best position. Here comes Vermilion from Team Valor, though, going against the Glory Vermilion. Will it be there for the kill? No, it looks like the pet could have barely saved him. So Glory Vermilion barely stayed alive for now. Trying to finish off Ace. Ace will fall, but Vermilion on the Valor side does pick off the Glory Vermilion, gets the kill. Bo jumps in, using his ultimate right there on both Malady and Vermilion, but Bo's gonna fall. And taking a look at the big picture after all that chaos, well, guess what? 5 players are dead right here on the side of Glory. Only 3 dead on the side of Valor, so both Vermilion and Malady still alive, and they are going to look to finish the game. They're going to push the Crux right here, but again, look at how much damage, especially Vermilion, is doing.
Yeah, you see that white value right there. 786 is his DPS number. That's per second how much damage he's putting out.
I believe this is going to do it. Malady comes in, but Team Valor, they're going to take the victory, it looks like.